What was your reaction when you found out the Red Wings wanted you to come over here for this?
For the camp?
Yeah.
I was pretty excited. I was ready to try to fight for a place in the team, and it's my dream to play in the NHL and now in the Red Wings, so yeah, I was excited.
What have you learned so far?
Try to compete every practice, every drill, just do 100% every time, and yeah, just go out have fun. Yeah.
What are your thoughts here going into your first preseason game? Nervous at all a little bit, or just what do you hope to show?
I mean, I'm not nervous right now, but it will probably come closer to the game. But right now, I'm just excited and looking forward to the puck drops.
Have you had fun? I know you and Marco seem to be getting a bond. You said you speak Swedish to each other.
Yeah. I mean, we're starting to know each other and joke a lot, and yeah, he's a great guy, and I would love to be more know him or whatever you say. Yeah.
What are some of the habits you've taken away from a lot of the older guys who have been around for a while?
I mean, maybe compete. I feel like being on practice with the older guys, and especially Larkin, the captain, he competing every drill and go to play physical and really wants to win every time. So I try to watch him.
I know in Traverse City you were on the ice at times with Patrick Kane. What is that like? I mean, a player like this?
I mean, it's pretty big. I try not to think about it too much. Just play and think that's just a normal player. But it's really cool to be on the ice with him and see him play and see how we practice.
What's been the best part about this camp? What have you enjoyed the most about it?
Maybe I feel like you get to know a lot of new people. We go out and eat every day and just talk with new people and see how it is other places and just have fun on ice, and at the same time we gotta compete to each other because we want to make the team, but it's just cool to be here and just try to meet someone new. Yeah.
Is it bigger than you expected, kind of this whole thing, or you know?
I mean, yeah, especially in Traverse, there was a lot of people in practices too, so that was pretty cool.
This is a little technical, but I'm curious, what have you learned about creating space in North America? I know it's a little smaller than what's over in Europe, and you kind of need that space to use your shot.
I mean, I don't feel like that will be a problem. I mean, where I'm from, back in Norway, it's we have a NHL size rink, so it's not the first time I played on it. So just to get used to it the first game, and you're good.
I guess having played on both, what are the differences that you run into when playing on a smaller sheet? Is it just guys are closer to you on the ice, or what do those differences look like?
I mean, the game, it's a lot faster. It's smaller ice in the end zones, but also it feels like you can shoot almost everywhere because you're so close to the net too. So there are some downsides and upsides of it. So yeah.
Is one of the things because of the smaller ice that you have to get your shot off a lot quicker because you don't have as much time?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have a pretty quick release, and I will just try to use it and as best as possible, maybe. I don't know.
Have you had time to do anything fun while you're here?
Yeah, I played 2 rounds of golf, and I was out fishing the last week up in Traverse, so that was pretty cool. I caught a salmon for the first time, so that was fun. Yeah.
Are you much of a golfer?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a 17 handicapper, but I feel like the handicap system is different from Europe than America, because some of the guys say they have 9 handicap. I will not believe that, so yeah. And they call me a sandbagger. They call me a sandbagger, yeah.
Who did you golf with?
We played scramble, and I was with the first time I was with only Nate Danielson, and the second time we had the 3 people each team. So then it was me, Nate, and Marco Kasper. But we were a lot of guys, so yeah.
Who's the best golfer that you saw? Out of the team, who's the best golfer?
I mean, Nate is pretty good. I think he had a 4 handicap, and I can believe that too. So, so he was pretty good. Yeah.
The fishing trip, did you go with Simon and Jeff? Was that the fishing trip?
No,
Or you went separate?
no, it was a separate one. Yeah.
How big of a salmon?
We didn't. What do you call it? We didn't weigh it. No.
Okay.
But it was the biggest one on that fish trip, so that was good.
I guess like your first time, it isn't really your first time seeing every development camp, but your first time with the NHL group.
Hmm.
You get to do things like golf and fish, and you sort of build that sense of belonging. How crucial is that for you to feel comfortable here?
I mean, that had helped me to feel comfortable pretty much because like you get to talk to them like outside of hockey, just not hockey things all the time, and yeah, it's just good to know each other on different places and just not the rink.
How did you find out they wanted you to come over? Was that your coach back home who told you, or an agent, or how did, or Cornwall, or how did you find out?
I don't remember. Probably my agent or something told me, I don't know.
I mean, it's unusual, so it has to be pretty exciting to bring a player over from.
Yeah, I don't remember who told me, but I was pretty excited when I heard it, so I was ready to go.
I hope, I mean, it's got to be real beneficial too for a guy who's just drafted to come in here. You were at development camp, now here, and just getting the familiarity with the organization, players, staff, and everybody.
Yeah.
How much do you think that'll benefit you?
I mean, I think it will like, if I like not make the team this year, but like to the next year I have 1 more year of experience with a training camp and stuff like that, so I know the system more and I will probably be more comfortable and stuff like that to the next year. Yeah, I mean, it's just fun. I think it will help me a lot that I got here too. Right now I think I have the world's longest preseason too. I was up in Sweden, I had the preseason there before I came here, so yeah.
With as you kind of think about that, obviously your goal right now is to make this NHL team, but how much do you, in your mind, do you weigh the benefits of, you went through the preseason in the SHL, and then potentially, if you don't make this NHL team, you could play for Grand Rapids, you could play for here, they've talked about both options. How much do you feel like you have in that conversation? How much do you kind of let them handle it? What's kind of your level of involvement you think there?
I mean, Detroit had told me that, or my agent had told me that Detroit will like say what they mean, but they don't want to like force me to something if I don't want to. But I think it's my own choice. But if Detroit really wants me to be in a place, I think they can just put me there if they want to. But they said they don't want to force me, so but yeah.
This is a very specific question, but Carter Mazur was talking on a YouTube video, I think it was like a mic'd up thing, about how he's seeing that shooters are aiming lower, more toward like underneath the glove, underneath the blocker, and I'm curious as someone who's a goal scorer, like when you're going to shoot the puck and you're about to shoot, what sorts of things are you kind of reading when you're taking that shot? What are you aiming for, I guess?
Aiming there, maybe aiming for there's the most net you see. I don't know, like it depends on where you are on the ice. Like if you're pretty far away, maybe lower or something, but if you're pretty close, maybe higher, I don't know. Just see where it's open. Yeah.
Hey Albert, what's your mindset kind of going into the preseason and then just coming out of training camp in Traverse City?
I mean, I feel like it's time for me, like take the next step, and of course my goal is to take a spot in the roster and play in Detroit this year.
How do you feel your game has grown since you've been in Grand Rapids?
I feel like growth a lot, especially my physical game and my defensive game. So those 2 years I spent in GR has been really good for me.
How much pressure do you feel just in these preseason games to show them what you can do?
I don't think about that too much, but of course I have pressure on myself. I know it's a big year for me, and they want me to take the next step. But I think the most pressure is from myself, and yeah, I want to take that step too.
Have you been able to develop a bit of chemistry? I know you've played with Justin most of camp as a partner.
Yeah, like we're talking off the ice. He's a great guy. We'll see now in the first couple preseason games here, but I mean, all the defensemen in there are so good, so I think once you get a partner, you start to build the chemistry after that.
Have any of the veterans given you any advice, anything, just what to look for, what to expect, anything?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, first they're like inviting me to the group, and then they're talking to me like it's hard work, but just stay patient and be ready when the opportunity comes to me.
With this being the first game of the preseason, are there areas where you sort of expect there to be a little bit of rust to knock off, or how do you approach that?
I mean, first of all, it's going to be fun to play a game again. It's been a long time, but yeah, I think it's just going to be fun to get out there and get the game started, and then, of course, it's the first game, so hopefully it goes well, and then you can take it from there.
What is the
Albert, you're
message
concerned
from
about
the...
doing too much too, trying to show too much, you know?
Yeah, I know there's like, when you put pressure on yourself, you want to do a lot and show the coaches and the coaching staff that that I'm ready. But I think the most important is just to play a simple game, especially in the first one here. So we'll try to keep it as simple as possible.
Has that been the message from the coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit, and they want to see me as a great defender and moving pucks and set up my teammates and play a simple game. So that's my mindset right now.
Is your skating and your puck moving ability, would you say that those are your best assets?
Yeah, I think, of course, my skating and my first pass is my biggest or my strongest upside of a game. And then, like I said before, my 2 years in Grand Rapids helped me a lot with my physical game, so I think that's coming more and more.
How much did especially for a young player, just the playoff chase and getting some AHL playoff experience, how much did that help playing those pressure games?
That helped a lot. I mean, it's a little bit different game, and so it's more physical when it gets to playoffs, but I think I handled that pretty good last year. So, and then I had a good summer, so hopefully I can take the next step there too.
I saw in Grand Rapids you were playing on your offhand a little bit, and I'm curious, like, what are some of the differences between playing on the right side for you and playing on your natural left? I know it's not just like reversing everything.
Yeah, I mean, I played on my backhand in Sweden too a lot, so I don't think it's that much different. But of course, you get more puck on your backhand, and it's a little bit harder to hit the weak side when you're breaking out from a D zone. But overall, it's pretty much the same.
Is that something, I guess, that benefits you with trying to get into the lineup? You can pitch like, hey, I can play either side you guys need.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I did it last year a lot, and I think that helped my game too, to be able to play on both left side and right side.
Albert, when you see guys getting called up in Grand Rapids, and it's difficult to stay patient and...
No, I think since I came over here, we had a good talk, and I knew my first year that I was going to be in Grand Rapids, and then my second year, of course, I just tried to play as best as I could and hopefully get a chance up here. But last year the defensemen up here stayed pretty healthy, so I didn't get the chance, but I didn't think about it too much. I played a lot of minutes down there, which I think was good for me. And now there's a new season, and yeah, I think it's time to take the next step.
With your playing style, I guess, what kinds of defense partners do you like playing next to? Who kind of empowers you to play your best game?
I think a partner that's pretty similar to me. I think that can build some good chemistry, and we're thinking the game the same way. And then, of course, it's hard to say, but yeah, I think someone that's pretty similar to me wants to move the puck and go play offense as much as possible, and then I can stay back a little bit more and play a little more defense there.
Is there an NHL defenseman that you like watching while growing up?
Not really. Like I watch most of them, but I think when I was young, I watched Erik Karlsson a lot, Victor Hedman, those big Swedish defensemen, and you know, they're two really good players in this league, and I think Hedman is one, like a defenseman that he can play offense and he can play defense too, and I think I can like watch his game and learn from what he's doing out there.
Does it help to have so many Swedes around? It's got to be making it a little bit more comfortable, I would think.
Yeah, of course. It's nice to have a big group of Swedes here, and yeah, we're hanging out off the ice too. So of course that makes it easier.
Thanks, Albert.
Yeah.